Let him laugh, let him weep, let him yell, let him sing. All they wanna say.
Then you can stop sharing. Hello, Bonjus and Bonani. Welcome to Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. It is so significant to have a positive mindset, more especially under these circumstances. So this network has the potential to completely revolutionize every aspect of your life and career. I am Dr. Riel and Kunene, and I'm going to be your host for today. So if you're watching us online, please feel free to drop in the chat box where you're watching us from and what you hope to gain from our podcast. Today, we are surrounded by greatness in the World Wide Web. We have amazing speakers who's going to share some nuggets on how to rise to greater heights. So in South Dakota, we have Antoine Knight. And Antoine will be sharing on authority and influence. And then in the Dominican Republic, we have Renee Emrys. And Renee will be sharing on real transformation. And then in Zimbabwe, I'm not too sure if she's in Zimbabwe or Paris right now. We have Ambassador Dr. Iris Nozizwe Mhlanga. And Dr. Iris will be sharing on make a difference to the vulnerable. So at this moment, I'm just going to let our speakers to introduce themselves. You can go ahead, Antoine.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm so grateful to be here with so many awesome people. And so I'm Anton Knight. I currently serve in the United States Air Force, but I'm also a best-selling author as well. And I'm from Abbeville, Alabama. So I'm from a very, very small town. I mean, it's like less than probably 2,000. And one of the great things about coming up in a small town, I don't know if you guys know, is that you get what's called community raising. Okay, so it means that not just your mom, your aunts, your uncle, your cousins, the neighbor next door are all part of your raising. And one of the very great benefits that I've been lucky to have is that I saw leadership very early, not just in my family, but in my community. And that kind of stuck with me as I went through, joined the Air Force, got a lot of opportunity to lead, got opportunity to teach, which is my passion. And I got a chance to teach leadership and see many different leaders in and outside of there. And also got the chance to see some of the world. Some places were a little rougher than others, but having the opportunity to see these things and see so many amazing people it's been awesome. And that's what kind of led me to write a book. And I just want to share that message to other people.
Oh, wow. It's an honor to have you, really. And I think your upbringing is the same, the way I've been raised. I've been raised by the whole village.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
the spirit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an honor to have you, Anton. And I am looking forward to hear more of your message. And as I was going through your bio, I was like, wow, it's a rich bio. So definitely we're going to gain something from you. Thank you for being with us.
I appreciate it.
Yes. You can go ahead, Renee, and please introduce yourself.
So hello from the Dominican, but as you feel, that's not my original home base. So I'm born in the north of Germany. I traveled the world. I was 15 years in Austria, and now I'm moving between Dominican and Florida and living my dreams. So the message is back to paradise is what your life is for. And I studied how to fall out of paradise and how to come back. And so one topic is Yoga for Faith. That's my baby of all my loss I've been through in life. And this is where I'm teaching after 40, it's not the aging process that is showing up in your face. It's showing up how you were raised and how happy you are and how programmed you are. And if you learned that your body is your best friend. So that's why I'm here, the real transformation. I'm more known. I'm also a best-selling author, so I teach your smile is your key back to paradise.
Oh, back to paradise. That's all we want. We just want to live our best, really. And you're such an inspiration, Renee. And really, I'm looking forward to hear more of your message and to see the real transformation, like the change that we want to see in this world. It must first begin with us. So I'm looking forward to hear more of your message. And thank you for saying yes. And thank you for being with us. You can go ahead, Dr. Iris, and please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. My name is Iris Nozizwe Mhlanga. I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm from an organization called the Nozizwe Mother of Nations Trust. It's a charitable organization. I can say charity work ran in my family, and I've just continued along that and taken it worldwide. I was named after the matriarch of our family, who actually used to look after vulnerable communities. Never in a million years did I think I would grow into it. So that's what I've been doing for the past 8 years. I took over from my late dad, who used to sponsor orphans and look after vulnerable communities. In a nutshell, that's me.
Oh, wow. What a message, really. And what an inspiration that you are just living your name, reliving
Yeah.
your name.
Yes, I am living my name. Yeah.
Wow, what an honor and a privilege to have you, Dr. Nozizwe. And I am really looking forward to hear more of your message. And really, your bio says it all. You're making a difference, more especially to the vulnerable. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to hear more of your message. So Antoine, I'll have to muster this name before the end of today. Antoine, I have a question for you. If you happen to have your own billboard, I don't know if it's going to be South Dakota or Alabama, what will your billboard say?
Oh, great question. I think my billboard would say, your team doesn't owe you anything. And the reason I would say that is a lot of people, get in these positions, they earn these titles, and they think people are supposed to follow them. Yeah, people will listen, people will do their jobs.
Yeah.
But really, if people are doing their job only when you're looking, that's not leadership. That's surveillance, right? So the key thing is, in order for people, you have the authority, but influence is something you earn every day. You earn this by listening, right? So if people are not just extras in your show, they have leading and supporting roles in there, right? So if you don't listen to them, you don't value them. And the core of leadership is trust. Like, how do you build trust and spark belief? So if you don't listen to me, how can I trust you? And I think a lot of leaders think that, they lead by talking. And the more they talk, the more important they are, right? The more they talk, the better the leader they'll be. But it's really the opposite, right? Great leaders talk less, and, I think the key thing is, the best way they can kind of empower people to have those voices and to have their hands in the blueprints of the plan. And I think that's the key, that thing. So your team doesn't owe you anything, and you have to earn it every day. So
that's in that you're leading. You have to listen more to them than you can speak. This requires an increased level of emotional intelligence. Once you're able to put yourself in their shoes, you're going to be able to relate to them. That's leadership. That's pure leadership. Wow, what a profound billboard. And now you just make me hungry. I'm so hungry to hear your message. Wow. Thank you so much, Antoine. I'm looking forward to hear your message. What will your billboard say, Renee? Maybe it's already down there in the Dominican Republic, or maybe it's in Germany. I don't know. What will it say?
So I'm here to start a revolution, and the revolution starts in your face, and that's your smile. This is what I'm all about. That's my life wisdom from head to toe, from not smiling to fake smile, to using it as a survivor, to knowing it is also used as a weapon. But the beauty, and to make peace here on earth, and to be able to listen to others is starting here. So what I'm doing is I want to remind you in the morning, the first thing, how to connect to yourself and to the Creator and be open. And this is where reprogramming, cleaning up, then we can listen, then we can pay attention, and then we can change the world together. And that's what's so needed. But it's starting with how we're treating ourselves. That's what I learned the hard way, as being 22 years a professional athlete. I was 15 years in corporate. So I crashed multiple times. I'm now getting 52. So I know what self-betray and the other things are. And so how we were raised So here, I would change the world with our smiles. That's the key. We have to reconnect. Yeah.
Wow, reconnect with yourself before you connect with the world around you. Again, self-awareness. Again, knowing who you are, really, it's going to put you in a good position to the world. Real transformation is coming our way. I'm telling you, it's coming. It's definitely coming. Wow, wow, what a billboard. How about you, Dr. Iris? What will your billboard say?
Funny enough, you should say that. I've actually appeared on a billboard in New York. My billboard, in line with what I do, would be "We rise by lifting others." I work with vulnerable communities and I become a mother to the motherless, living up to my name, Nozizwe, which means Mother of Nations.
Yeah.
So for me, "We rise by lifting others" is a mantra for me to say, on the way up, we always take someone with you. The journey can be quite long. It can, get scary, but, taking someone with you makes the journey worthwhile. And speaking for those that cannot speak for themselves in itself, when one person rises, we all rise. So that's what my billboard would say. It would also say "Women living fearlessly," because that's what I'm doing right now for the past 8 years.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. I love it. I love it. We rise by lifting each other up. That's
Mhm.
pure leadership to me. We don't rise by stepping over another person to get to the top.
Mhm.
We don't,
Mhm.
but we rise by lifting each other up.
Yes, we do.
That says it all. Wow, what a message. So I believe that my billboard will be like the fourth billboard driving down the highway, and it's going to say what? The sky is no longer the limit, but now
Mhm.
the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to
Mhm.
greater heights. And it's definitely coming. So we're going to get started. We are flying all the way to South Dakota, where we have Antoine Knight. Antoine Knight is a U.S. Air Force senior non-commissioned officer, leadership instructor, and Amazon best-selling author of Lead Out Loud. Be clear, be heard, be unstoppable. So with over 15 years of experience leading high-performing teams in high-pressure environments, including international assignments and U.S. Embassy operations, he has developed leaders across the globe through more than 2,000 hours of instruction and coaching. As the creator of the LEAD model, which is listen, empower, adapt, and decide, Antoine equips leaders with practical tools to communicate with clarity, build trust, and lead with confidence when it matters most. He's also the founder of the Lead Out Loud Collective, which is a leadership community focused on helping individuals turn their voices into their greatest leadership advantage. His mission is so simple: help leaders stop playing small, find their voice, and lead out loud. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Antoine Knight.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for all that for sure. Okay. So today I'm really going to give you a kind of a leadership concept. So my job in the Air Force is a financial manager, right? I teach leadership and those kind of things, but there's something a concept that I've come up with, and I call it leadership currency, right? So we thing about currency is, right, you're either making deposits or you're making withdrawals, okay? And this is how it comes with authority and influence. So a lot of times people, so your first question might be, how do you deposit, leadership currency, and what is it, right? And really, we talked about trust, right? How do you build trust? And so some of the things you can do in order to build your currency is like, okay, clear communication, right? Listening to people, those follow through, right? These are deposits, but there are also all withdrawals. Okay, some of those withdrawals are inconsistency, right? So not being consistent, telling people you're gonna do one thing and do something else. Silence, right? People looking for you for answers and you're just disappearing, right? And the third thing is broken promises, right? Promising things and not delivering. And what really hurts people's influence is that there's all those small withdrawals that they don't even notice, right? They don't even notice, these promises they weren't breaking, those kind of things. So the lead model is a way you can build that, right? So first, listening. Okay. So two key tips that we give people is that, so we've all heard of the 80-20 rule, but what about the 80-20 rule in communication and listening, right? So leaders should listen 80% of the time and talk 20%, right? And give them opportunities to do that. Also the 3-second pause, right? We've all had people like talk, like as soon as you finish, they're ready to say something. Like you didn't even get your words out and they already said something. That lets me know you haven't heard a thing, and my grandparents always said you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, but people forget that, right? So fast forwarding from that, all right? So listen is not enough, okay? What's another form of deposit, right? Okay, empowering. And one sentence that can change your whole leadership, can change your life is what do you think, right? Someone comes with you a question. If you just pause for one moment and ask them what they think, all right? And that's, what does that signal? One, that signals value. You value their thoughts. 2, that signals confidence, right? You believe that they can find those answers. So when those things, just really just the biggest thing is just finding those ways to deposit it and not lose those with withdrawals in there. And I think the biggest thing from that is just establishing that trust for that. And after that, right, you got to adapt and overcome. All right. Who makes 100% perfect plans all the time? I would love to see some hands for that. All right. So sometimes plans don't work, right? Sometimes you need to pivot, right? So adapt and overcome is just that, right? Sometimes the plan may not be the best, but people don't need perfect plans. People need presence, right? You have to be present. All right. Here's what we know. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing next. All right. So adapting to the situation. Right? You can't be the one size fits all leader. You can't be like, we're going down with the ship, even if the plan sucks, right? You can't be that kind of person. And lastly, decide and deliver. Okay. So you can have the best plan. You can write up the best plan you could possibly ever have. But if you deliver it terribly, then the plan's going to fail. So the very key thing is, how do you deliver that with confidence, right? How do you deliver whatever that solution is the way that people can believe it, And I think with all those powers combined, right, that's how you can exceed, your authority and influence. And a lot of times you won't have the authority, but people will listen to you, right, for those influence things. So that's kind of what it boils down to for me. And for anybody who ever wants to learn leadership, obviously, so they can follow me on pretty much all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, and I do a 2-minute leadership series where I kind of give people leadership concepts, and also the school is a free school community that you can join, and we do weekly stuff for that for leadership as well.
Anton, I was just still taking notes, notes after notes. You mentioned authority or influence. You've mentioned that the biggest lie in leadership is that position equals trust. So in the beginning, you've said that if people only move when you're watching, you don't have influence. What you do, you have compliance. And leaders are required to talk less and listen more. 20% of their engagement will be on speaking and listening 80%. Wow, what a profound, much needed message. Thank you so much, Antoine, for sharing such a profound, much needed message. And I believe our audience were taking notes. I'm going to go back and watch the replay because, this was just short but straight to the point. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So from South Dakota to the Dominican Republic. Oh no, she's in Florida. Yeah, she mentioned Florida. So we are flying to Florida right now, where we have Renee. Renee Ambrose helps women reconnect with their body, regulate their nervous system, and return to peace, radiance, and real self-connection. She's the creator of the trademark Yoga for Face method, host of Back to Paradise, Your Smile is Your Key, and she's also an international best-selling author and a keynote speaker. Her work bridges embodiment, visible transformation, and the deeper truth that the body always reveals how we live. Renee teaches embodiment from lived truth, not theory alone. After 22 years of competitive sports, years of physical pain, a 15-year corporate career, and profound personal change, she rebuilt safety, freedom, and truth from within her own body. She helps women metabolize change, regulate their nervous system, and return to themselves, visibly, authentically, and powerfully. So, kings and queens, please join me and welcome Renee Emeres Isserman.
Thank you. So that is a huge topic, and it means really a lot to me. And even by listening to the introduction, it is like real transformation is you have to hold this in your body system. And I think this is now for all of us. When we have changes, when we accomplished goals, and we all have our baggages from just like self-betray, betraying the outside, getting disconnected, maybe abandoned from whoever is there, even abuse. So, and this is where, when it comes to the fake smile, we often smile over things. And what I'm talking about is not about that. I'm talking about really connecting to who you are and also the pain that is there, to release that. Because the only transformation is really happening when you take your body with on the journey. Because otherwise, and this is your best friend, your body is your best friend, nobody else. So learning how really to forgive and to get back, that is what makes you glow and radiant and even stay healthy, because otherwise your body has to do the work. So this is what I'm all about. And I learned that the hard way. So I crashed when I was 20, I crashed when I was 30, I crashed when I was 42. And even 2 years ago, I was like, okay, there was a missing link where I didn't release some of my deepest pains. I tried to avoid or to carry. And I'm always telling my kids, I have 3 kids, but they're guiding me from above. So I'm a mother, but I'm more the mother for my clients and for some other women, to say no matter what happened in your life, it's always for you. So you have your Bible, like the book of your life, what we have to study. So, and this is when it comes to real authenticity and to make an impact. And I want to remember everybody, we have to relearn to be human and to feel. So, and that's what I'm all about. I'm guiding specific women. They are so high functional on the outside and want to accomplish and want to have everything together and supporting everybody else. And then they have no 5 minutes to breathe. And your body is your best friend. Your body will even teach you when it comes tough, where to go, right or left. What is the decision? How you have to make that. And your body will tell you. So we have to reconnect to our source and to our wisdom and out into our alignment. And I think when we speak then the truth and we show up and not having the mask and everything, then the peace is just like something more we're getting, because we stop fighting. Why are we fighting? It's just like, okay, because something is not seen, not heard. And specific, all leaders, when we listen so much, I know how to listen, yeah. But after my body is just like, oh, so we have to get this out of the system. And this is, you need to clean this up. So I'm here for that. Yeah, so I'm here to show you back to paradise and come back to your home and show up for the real essence you are. So.
Ready to take us back to paradise. So kings and queens, if you're, do you only work with queens? Sorry.
Yeah, I can, if you want to see some pictures, no, just like I also was working with men, because we are humans, we have the same problems. When I was starting, and I want to just like maybe give you this picture that you have an idea, because everybody, yeah, you're so beautiful. So here, I was beautiful, and I was just like, I know how to make your body beautiful, but in your unique design. So my kick in my butt was when I was 42, my face was totally falling apart. So, and here is the thing where I was working in corporate, and I was just like, yeah, I just have to make it. It's just like, and I'm telling you, it's not the aging process. It's how you really, and I'm not talking about much. I'm talking about the minutes in between. What is important. And so let me I know I'm just
Yes, you've just ended. Wow. What a like the transformation, we can see it from you. You've mentioned that the body is not the problem, but the body is the message. Whatsoever you feel in the body, it's going to show up to the world as it is, because real transformation is not something that you think your way through. You've mentioned that it is something your body must be able to hold. So in times of change, your body becomes your tool, your anchor, and your truth. Wow, what a profound, much needed message, Renee. And I believe our audience, they've already been transformed by just looking at your picture, just one single picture, looking at the years and where you are today. You don't look 52. Come on, you really don't. I'm like, did you just put numbers? Maybe you meant 25 and then you put 52. Wow. Wow.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Renee. That was such a profound, much needed message. Thank you.
and this is because this is for all the kids outside. So the whole surgery and Botox thing is a self-betray. And we damaging with every injection the future generations. Ladies, guys, queens and kings, think about that. You are enough and you have a unique design and you have to unveil that. You have to unfold that. This is why you are here. And here, this is the girl that was never the pretty when I grow up. And now everybody's just like, yeah, but it's just like, yeah, you can design, but you design you. You don't want to look like the neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Until you tell yourself that I am enough, that's when you're going to view the world different. Because we'll have to tell ourselves, you don't have to wear those many makeups just to prove the world that I am beautiful. You are beautiful and unique as you are. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Renee. Oh my goodness. It's like you're preaching. It's like you're preaching live. Wow. Wow. So now we're moving from Florida to Zimbabwe, where we have Ambassador Dr. Iris Nozizwe Mhlanga. Dr. Iris is a Zimbabwean humanitarian, global advocate, award-winning leader, and an author dedicated to uplifting vulnerable communities and empowering women and children. She's the founder and executive director of the Nozizwe Mother of Nations Trust, which is a humanitarian organization committed to community development, education, health, and social empowerment in Zimbabwe and beyond. Dr. Mhlanga leads impactful initiatives that support schools, children's homes, and undeserved communities. Her organization has built classroom blocks in Zimbabwe to expand access to education, installed solar power systems in children's homes, and conducted medical outreach programs connecting vulnerable communities with essential healthcare services. Dr. Mhlanga is a global award winner, Peace Ambassador, Women Changing the World Ambassador, Global Women Influencer, and Global Shiro, and also serves as a judge for the Women Changing the World Awards, helping recognize and celebrate women making a significant impact around the world. So as an author and a humanitarian leader, Dr. Mhlanga continues to inspire hope, compassion, and transformation using her voice and platform to create sustainable change across communities locally and internationally. So kings and queens, please join me and welcome Ambassador Dr. Iris Nozizwe Mhlanga.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A bit of a backstory about my organization. I never in a million years thought I'd be doing everything that I'm doing now. After my father passed away, I was going through a rough time and a lot was happening in my life at the time. And I knew I was named after a great woman. That much I knew. And I felt I couldn't step into those shoes. I never, ever, ever thought I would actually be a reincarnation of her, if that makes sense. But 8 years later, here I am, a global advocate, a global shiro. I'm doing so many things that women back in the 50s, the 40s never dreamed of even doing. I was going through a lot, 2018, and a lot was happening at the time. And one of my neighbors invited me to a church a church service and said, I know you're going through something. Let's go to church. And there was me sitting in this church, and this a pastor said to me, Mother of Nations. I was sitting in the front row, and he said, Mother of Nations. And there was me looking around, and I'm like, oh no, Mother of Nations. It didn't click that he meant Nozizwe is the meaning of my name. And he kept looking at me, and he told this interesting story. And he said to me, I see you feeding a disabled man. I see you feeding uh, homeless people. I see you sitting on a pavement, no shoes, sitting with the homeless. And I thought, wow, this man is just, you know, taking me for a ride. And everyone was sitting there listening to this man. And he spoke so much about me and told me things I didn't even know about myself at the time. And he said to me, on a Wednesday, you're gonna go home. There's a shop around your the corner. You're gonna go do your grocery shopping, and there's a homeless man who's gonna be sitting there. I want you to feed him. And he said to me, let's bet $50 if you see that man. And my journey just started from there. I thought, no, man, this can't be right. This can't be right. I don't go to churches that are like that. And anyway, I ended up doing my grocery shopping, and boom, there was a homeless man in a wheelchair the following day. So that's how I started. I remembered what the pastor had said the day before, and that's how I ended up feeding that man. I got to know him, and being a former journalist, I blogged about my experiences that day. And that's how I sort of broke the internet in Zimbabwe, because I was ranting and raving about how people ignore homeless people. I don't know where all that came from, but I said it. And I went there where nobody should have gone and came back. So that's where I started. One person feeding one person, and he went and got his other friends. So one jumped to five jumped to 25, and eventually I was now feeding 1,200 children per day. So my story is a series of, I don't know what I can say to explain it, but one thing always led to something else. And in helping these vulnerable communities and rallying my community, my neighbors behind me, to fund all this, to feed all these, to get the wheelchairs, to get the medical equipment and everything needed for medical outreaches, I don't know how that happened. I can only say it can only be God. I really cannot explain it fully. And I've continued that way for 8 years, and it's just blown up. So Zimbabwe has now become a little a little fish pond, as I like to say. And here's me now looking into other countries to see how I can help people in other countries. I'm helping people in Zimbabwe, but I'm now looking into Malawi, I'm looking into Pakistan, I'm looking into India and Ghana and other countries. I'm connecting with people I never imagined I would do. Yet I'm representing all these people, and I'm hearing all kinds of stories and all kinds of problems land in my lap. And I'm sitting in Zimbabwe solving problems in Pakistan. So, as a peace ambassador, so it's just been an amazing journey, and it's continued. I've written books, I've appeared on billboards, like I said. I just recently appeared on a billboard in Nigeria. I was honored as one of Africa's iconic personalities, and from people I don't even know. People I don't even know. So my voice has spread. I've won so many awards, I've lost count. I'm currently the Global Shiro, an advocate for women and children. I'm currently the Global Woman Magazine influencer for 2026. I can't explain how all that happens. I can't. I keep winning and I keep getting connected to other people. It seems my name, Nozizwe, is dragging me into other countries. So I am now living out my name, Nozizwe, which means Mother of Nations. And I've been to so many countries, met so many people, and I just keep going and keep going. And the more I tell my stories, the more people jump in and say, hey, Iris, how can we help? I've stopped using my first name in other places because now I'm known as Nozizwe. And people say, are you sure that's what it means? You know, that's the name of my organization, but that's my life right now. Past 8 years, I really, really cannot even begin to explain what my day goes like. So that's how I'm making a difference, you know, from Zimbabwe to the world.
Nozizwe, oh my goodness. You know what? Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep or continue to inspire hope, continue to inspire compassion, transformation, just using your voice for you to create sustainable change across communities. Yes, if Pakistan is calling your name, go ahead. If Namibia is calling your name, go ahead, because you are the true change that we want to see in this world. The world needs us. We need to be the voice for the voiceless, because they don't have a voice out there, but we are their voices, and that's what we stand for. Wow, what an inspiration. This is true hope that the future really looks bright for many souls, because you decided to step in and be their voice and make that difference. And it's a mindset thing, because you went to the church and that pastor all of a sudden he mentioned that you're going to be a mother of many nations, and that's exactly what your name identifies. You are just a mother. You are mothering the whole world around you. And we need more Nozizwes. We need more Nozizwes in this world, because you are indeed the change. You are the change maker, and you deserve to be in those billboards, because you are truly impacting many souls around you. I always say that if you follow your passion, then it will fulfill the purpose that God has just designed you to be in this world. You're just pushing that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Nozizwe, for such a profound, much needed message. So to our viewers online, if you happen to have any questions for Antoine, if you happen to have any questions for Renee, if you happen to have any questions for Dr. Nozizwe, please drop them in the chat box. We're going to be able to attend to your questions at the end of the podcast, but it's not going to be a show without me showing up and showing off. So I'm going to be the next and final speaker. But before I speak, I'm going to ask my brother here to share my bio, and then I'll come back and speak. So please do enjoy. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. Really, my goal as a mentor or as a coach, it's so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to pursue success and drive sustainability. I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. Mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights.
Dr. Nampumelelo Rial Kunene is an international human rights policy analyst who consults on policies and procedures related to human rights compliance. She is a highly sought-after, energetic, certified Lace Brown international speaker. This passionate leader holds a PhD with a discipline in leadership and business. Dr. Rial N. Kunene is the author and host to Rise to Greater Heights, a book and YouTube channel to turn your fears into greater success while seizing new opportunities. She is also a coach, mentor, and an MC. well known for encouraging many to rise from mediocrity into greatness. Her vision is not only to motivate, but also to empower audiences with a fresh perspective inspiration they require to pursue success and drive sustainable outcomes. In a seriously funny way, Dr. Kunene is an award-winning author, 10 times #1 Amazon and international best-selling author. Her #1 best-selling book, Rise to Greater Heights, has inspired and empowered many to pursue their personal and professional passion to become go-getters. As a trainer, diplomacy protocol officer, and strategist, Rial believes that we are in full control of our choices. Her mission is to meet the needs and transform lives of her clients and her audience. She is also a true advocate for creating new policies that uphold human rights and prevent human rights violations. Dr. Kunene's purpose is to teach everyone about human rights and help organizations understand and promote human rights. Her goal is to study your current situation, identify limiting beliefs, then design a plan of inspired action to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. This change maker, trailblazer, and revolutionary is pushing boundaries and creating a real change worldwide. Like a phoenix that never accepted defeat and rose from its own ashes, she wants to challenge you to unleash your greatness and rise to greater heights. Dr. Rial N. Kunene wears many hats. As a professional certified sales manager, CEO, certified travel counselor, publisher, medical esthetician, philanthropist, and a commissioner for oaths, following her dreams gave her purpose to see her goals through and understand that she does have everything she needs to reach her full potential. Her everyday message is that your journey to be a better person starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core will make you understand that you are the only one who can accomplish your dreams. Hebrews 11, Psalms 27 and 40 keeps her to rise to greater heights. The sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Kings and queens, please join me. Welcome, Dr. Rial N. Kunene.
What an honor, what a privilege to be following such a powerhouse, really. Anton, he mentioned that authority equals influence because he mentioned that the biggest lie in leadership is that position equals trust. And if people only move when you are watching, trust me, my king and queen out there, you don't have influence, but you have compliance. They will comply with whatsoever. When you show up, they will do the work. But the moment you are not there, no progress. And then Renee on the other side, she's the real transformation queen. She mentioned that the body is not the problem, but the body is their message. Whatsoever you feed the body is the message to the world. So real transformation is not something that you think your way through. It is something your body must be able to hold. And then Dr. Iris on the other side, oh my goodness, she's really making a difference out there to the vulnerable, and she continues to inspire hope, compassion. She continues to inspire transformation, just using her voice to create sustainable change across communities. So today, I just want to speak to every dreamer in this platform, every builder, every visionary. I just want to speak to that person who knows deep down in their hearts that they were created just for more. My message is so simple, yet life-changing. Follow your passion and rise to greater heights. Follow your passion and rise to greater heights, because passion is not something that you like. Passion is the fire God has placed inside of you. It is that thing that keeps calling your name even when life gets busy. It is the burden that you carry, the vision that you cannot ignore, and the purpose that keeps whispering, there is more in you. The truth is, many people, they live their whole lives trying to fit into spaces that they were never designed for. They chase approval instead of purpose, and they settle for comfort instead of calling. They become what the world expects them to be instead of who they were created to become. But I'm here today. I came here just to remind you today that you were not born to shrink. You were not born to shrink, kings and queens, but you were born to rise against all odds. You were born to rise. Just show up and just do good to the world. So if you're that entrepreneur, maybe who dream of reshaping the world through your business and envision several extra commas in your bank account, yet you find yourself like blocked in your journey to success, trust me, I am the answer. Oh, hi, by the way, I'm Dr. Riel Nkunene, and I'm not for the timid, but I am the rocket fuel that your business needs to blast past barriers and rise to greater heights. So as your business strategist and optimizer, what I do is that I empower motivated professionals to discover their full potential and also shift them into growth overdrive. From owning two diverse companies to having experience as a CEO and guiding Fortune 500 companies to helping multi-million-dollar enterprises, I believe that I have a distinctive talent for empowering high-achieving coaches, elite startups, and business leaders to become dominant forces in their industries, because I believe that the sky is no longer the limit, but now the sky is our point of view. So we are all forced to rise to greater heights. Be the one in charge of your own driver's seat, kings and queens. Be the one. You are the only driver here. So before I continue, I'm just going to take you on a short journey. I'm going to take you on this journey. 18 years ago, I remember I left the country where I was born and raised. And like many immigrants, when I came into Canada, I carried more than just one luggage when I arrived. I carried dreams, I carried responsibility, and the quiet determination to make a difference. So I stepped off the plane here in Canada with two luggages. One carried my clothes, and the other one, it carried something that was much, much more heavier, which is my dreams. Yes, my dreams that have traveled like more than 13,000 kilometers from a small African kingdom called Eswatini. I remember standing in that airport surrounded by a new culture and a whole new system. And like many immigrants, when they cross borders, I had a quiet determination. I had a quiet question in my heart. Do I truly belong here? Can someone like me really lead here? Because when you move across continents, you quickly realize something. You realize that no one knows your story to begin with. No one knows your sacrifices, and no one sees the leadership that you carry inside of you. Kings and queens, you really don't have to see the whole staircase in life to get to the top. But you must first take the first step to get to the top. As my mentor always say, that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started before you become great in life. So get started today by just choosing to follow your passion. So in that moment, standing in that airport, I remember I had a choice. I could either spend my life trying to fit into spaces that were never designed with women like me in mind, or I could just rise, grow my voice, and help reshape what leadership looks like in those spaces. So I chose the second path. And that decision truly, it changed everything around me. And today, nearly 2 decades later, that young woman who arrived here with 2 luggages now stands before you as an international leadership strategist and also as a global voice committed to helping others to rise to greater heights. But here's what I want you to understand today, kings and queens. My story is not the most important story in this platform, in this room. Your story is, because somewhere in this platform sits a future CEO, a future policymaker, a woman whose leadership will change thousands of lives. And maybe you haven't yet fully realized it. So it's a wake-up call, kings and queens. It's a wake-up call to follow your passion and rise to greater heights. It's a wake-up call. But when that alarm clock goes off, please, 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 please don't ever hit the snooze button. Don't be like, I will wake up in the next 2 minutes. I will wake up in the next 4 minutes. You know what? Forever is a long time. Why don't you wake up, get going, and follow your passion? So hear me clearly here. Hear me clearly here. Every great mountain climber understands this, that the higher you go, the harder the climb, of course, but the greater the view. Will you all agree with me in this? So I just want to encourage you that don't let temporary discomfort make you abandon your permanent purpose. You know, sometimes in life, the very obstacles that you are facing today are not just there to destroy you. They are there to develop you, because greatness is not built in comfort zones. Greatness is built in resilience. Greatness is built in obedience. And greatness is built when you keep showing up, even when you don't see the full results, just keep showing up. And this is where many people miss the breakthrough here, because they want elevation without preparation. And they want the spotlight without the process. They also want success without sacrifice. Life doesn't work like that, kings and queens. You know, I remember myself sitting in rooms where I was sometimes the only African woman, and sometimes the only voice representing a different global perspective. So in those moments, I realized something so powerful. I realized that leadership is not about where you come from. Yes, I come from that small kingdom, but leadership, it doesn't define me by coming from that kingdom of Eswatini. Leadership is about what you choose to stand for when you enter in that room. So I just want to remind you today, just one truth, that your background is not a limitation. Your story of your leadership is power. And when professionals from different cultures like us, different industries and experiences step forward to lead, we do more than just advancing our careers, but we transform the future of leadership itself. But one thing that you'll have to understand, kings and queens, is that you can't give from an empty cup. Yes, you can never, ever give from an empty cup. So in order for you to be able to share with the world around you, you'll have to fill up your cup first. And then once your cup is full, you're going to be able to share with the world around you from the overflow, because it's high time you fill up your cup first. So if you truly want to rise to greater heights, you must be willing to become the person that your next level requires. That means that you'll have to grow your mind. You'll have to strengthen your character, honoring your calling, and you'll have to walk boldly, even when the path is unfamiliar, because your passion is not an accident, but your passion is an assignment. So what you carry inside of you is not small. What you have overcome is not wasted. And what you've survived in life has prepared you for where you are going. For some of you in this platform, really, you've been playing small for way too long. You've been doubting your voice. You've been minimizing your gifts and delaying your destiny because you are waiting for that perfect time, and that perfect time will never show up. And that's exactly why I created the Rise to Greater Heights Masterclass, which is designed specifically for individuals like you and me, those individuals who are just ready to move from potential to the global influence that you've been called to become. Because I've worked with entrepreneurs, I've worked with executives, and I've worked with leaders across industries. And I just noticed something. Many brilliant professionals out there are really working so hard. They are really working so hard, but they've never been told how to strategically position their leadership globally, not just only in America, maybe in Europe or Africa, but globally. So it's high time, kings and queens, it's high time that you start focusing on your leadership influence. It's high time you focus on expanding your voice beyond borders, because the world does not just need talented individuals out there. The world, it needs visible, prepared, and influential leaders. So in this leadership experience that I've created, we go beyond motivation. We focus on strategy. We focus on positioning. We also focus on leadership execution. And together we will be able to explore how to position yourself as a credible leader internationally. We also focus on how to build a strategic influence and leadership authority, and also how to navigate leadership spaces with confidence and diplomacy, and also how to expand your voice, your networks, and opportunities globally, because I believe that leadership should not happen by accident, but it should happen by design. You prepare for leadership in order for you to fit in those spaces, because as flight attendants always say, that put on your oxygen mask first before you assist the person who's sitting next to you. Because if you don't, trust me, when that flight goes down, you will definitely go down because you forgot to put on your oxygen mask first to yourself before you help your children, before you assist the person who's sitting next to you. Because the reality is your journey to become a better person It doesn't start with the person who's sitting next to you. It doesn't start with your spouse. It doesn't start with your clients, but your journey to become a better person, it starts with you. So knowing who you are to your core, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. So never, ever, ever give up on your heart's desires. Just recall this just in case you can't find your way, that you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. I am a firm believer of affirmations. So we're going to affirm this together. We're going to affirm this together as if we're taking an oath. We're going to affirm this together by placing our left hand on our chest. If you can do this with me, place your left hand on your chest and raise your right hand and affirm this together with me, that I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Can you say it one more time as if you have faith in your own powerful voice? And guess what? It will echo throughout the whole universe. Say, I can have the drive within me to become what I really want in life. Yes, just give yourself a round of applause, because yes, you can have the drive within you to become what you really want in life. You can have the drive within you to get where you want to be in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months, because the drive is just inside of you. It's so funny how my mom and dad gave me this beautiful, beautiful name, Nompumelelo. I know many, when they try to say my name, they always butcher my name. But Nompumelelo in my own language, it means mother of all success. Yes, so you can see that I am really, really challenged to chase after success, because no matter what comes my way, I'll have to chase after success, because my name says it all. If I may ask you, how many of you have dreams and goals that you want to achieve? Maybe let me say in the next 6 months. I know myself, I am one of those. I want you, as you think about your dreams and goals, to put this down. Rise to greater heights. Rise to greater heights, because you need to be clear about your career goals in order for you to gain guidance on professional development. So as a coach or as a mentor, like many of us here, my goal is so simple. My goal is to study your current situation, identify your limiting beliefs and other potential obstacles that you might be facing, and then design a plan of inspired actions to empower you to achieve specific outcomes in your life. So I so wish that you can just tell yourself that, you know what, it's high time, it's now or never. I go out there and be the change and make a difference and be the change that I want to see in this world. But in order for you to go out there and be the change, even the change that you want to see, it must first start with you. And you go out there and make a difference. But in order for you to go out there and start working on yourself, you've got to be hungry. You've got to be hungry, like a hungry lion in the jungle. Really, that hungry lion in the jungle. It doesn't matter what kind of animal comes his way. It doesn't matter if you had a giant elephant or that small squirrel by the jungle. All that hungry lion sees in front of his face is lunch. Yes, it's lunch. And it's so funny though, because even with elephants, what they do when they see a lion is that they run. It's all about the mindset. Once you believe, you become. No one ever told the lion that you're going to be the king of the jungle. It's just the way he carries himself. And everyone around him believes that, yes, you are the king of the jungle. So I believe that's the lion mindset that we need in order for us to be able to follow our passion, because I believe that we all rise together, and we rise, like Dr. Iris mentioned, that we rise by lifting each other up. We don't rise by tearing anyone down or maybe stepping over another person to get to the top. No, we rise by lifting each other up. It's so funny. I'm going to cut the story short here. It's so funny. When I was in the 8th grade, I was nicknamed Phoenix. I was nicknamed Phoenix after writing a composition using the idiomatic expression that says, I rose from the ashes like a phoenix bird, meaning I became successful again. Really, my English teacher, she didn't know that the nickname Phoenix, it resonates with me. And it also aligns with my destiny. So for those of you who don't know the phoenix bird, the phoenix is a Greek mythological bird believed to rise from its own ashes after being buried like hundreds of years ago. This immortal creature acquires new life by rising from the ashes of its own ancestor, which represents our capacity for vision vision and success. So I want to encourage you, if you're watching and listening under my voice today, that when your world comes crashing down, you'll have to wear your scars to show how a phoenix feels like to die from inside, and trust in your own capability to rise from your own ashes. Since the phoenix bird has to die, burn, experience pain before resurrection from its own ashes. Please write this down. Write this down in conclusion. Resilience to greatness. Resilience to greatness. And I know you've heard this before, that your setback is your setup for your comeback. Your setback is your setup for your comeback. So if I can be honest with you, I don't know what goals you've set for the next 6 months. I don't know what dreams you have for your own future. But here's one thing I know about you. You are destined for greatness. Inside of you, God has put seeds of excellence, and those seeds are supposed to grow and flourish. But many people have become crippled by their past encounters, and some have stepped over other people to get to the top. But I believe that God has a better plan for every one of us. And your objective is what you are designed for and the reason why you live today. With God, I believe that we're all destined for greatness as long as we follow his strategy. This is when the growth commences, because discovering your gift and following God's idea, it will make you understand that you have everything around you to reach your full potential. My everyday inspiration, Mr. Les Brown, he once said, if you had to die today, at this very moment, at this hour, what dreams, what ideas, what visions, what goals, what skills, what talents, what books will die with you? And then later, Dr. Miles Monroe continued saying that the richest place on this planet is the cemetery, because that's where all the goals, all the visions, all the skills, all the talents have been buried. Honestly, I don't know about you, but with me listening to all these amazing messages, it stirred something within me. And that was when I decided to follow my dreams, what gave me a purpose to see my goals through and understand that I do have everything around me to reach my full potential. So this year, I'm also determined to rise to greater heights with individuals who are maybe ready to start, grow, and scale their businesses within 90 days. Yes, it's possible that you can get started with that business and grow it, as long as you put your mindset in it, that I just want to grow and I just want to scale in this business. It's possible because it's a mindset thing. Perhaps you are that individual who started writing your book and then you decided to put the manuscript aside. You were like, I don't have time for this. I'm here to encourage you that yes, you can still write and publish that #1 bestseller book, and that book will continuously sell. It's not going to be kept on the shelves on Amazon, but it's going to continue to sell. So I offer a free, no obligation 30-minute friendly Zoom consultation call, which will kind of allow me to find out more about the issues that you're experiencing, and also to see if you are a perfect fit for any of my programs, because really, I just want to work with individuals who's going to gain something from me, not just me gaining something from them. So if you are if you're interested in becoming a public speaker, an author, a coach, or maybe that entrepreneur who just want to multiply your income, doing what you truly love and making a real impact out there, I just want to empower you to become a highly effective and an inspiring leader with a personalized, measurable, but a scalable program. So go on my website at www.risetogreaterheights.com and book that free consultation call with me, because my ultimate goal is that you feel extremely confident about your purpose. So we'll take it one step at a time, and you are definitely going to transform. So if you give me your why, I will show you the how. How cool is that? So this consultation, it offers accountability, education, growth, as well as success. Because, growing up, I didn't have much in life, because my father decided to have an early departure from this planet. But let me leave you with this thought. Let me leave you with this final thought before I hop off the call right now. I just want to remind you that the world is not waiting for more perfect leaders. It's not. The world is waiting for courageous individuals who are willing to rise, individuals who will bring wisdom into boardrooms, individuals who will build businesses that transform communities, individuals who will shape policies, mentor the next generation, and lead with integrity across all nations. And that leader, I know that leader is just watching and listening under my voice today. Kings and queens, please know that, you know what? Your leadership is not an accident. Your voice is not a coincidence, but your vision is the one that will carry you forward. And your vision is not too big. It was just placed inside of you because the world needs it. So go out there and start following your passion today. Like I've mentioned that growing up, I didn't have much in life because my father, he decided to have an early departure from this planet Earth. And I thank God that I missed that flight today because I'm still here. I'm still sharing my message. I'm still impacting the many lives around me as much as I can because I believe that I had everything because of my mama's love. And I love you, love you, love you, love you so much, mom. So I think whosoever said that the sky is the limit was wrong. From today on, I, Dr. Riel and Kunene, believe that the sky is our point of view. So let's all rise to greater heights. Thank you so much, amazing speakers. So at this moment, I'm going to let all of our speakers to share their final thoughts, share how the audience can reach out to you, share if you have anything happening, an event, a freebie that you want to offer to our audience, and then share your final thoughts on today's topic. So my brother Antoine, the stage is yours.
Dr. Real, thanks again. This has been great. So inspired. I mean, literally everyone gave me so many nuggets over here. I just, so I always say this for a final thought. Humans, we learn from typically two different ways. Right? We learn from experience or we learn through observation. Okay. So, through experience, a lot of the experiences a lot of times are painful or it's memorable moments. So for me, my leadership have come from some of those painful experiences, right? So I've been that teacher, teaching in that room and, having the authority and having students in a room full of leaders who thought their opinions didn't matter, So I would say, try to learn from those observations, right? You got obviously a lot of great leaders in this room and those kind of things, but every voice matters. And your voice is your own unique fingerprint, right? Just like your fingerprints, there's only one of them in the world. Your voice is unique, is one of one, and it deserves to be heard. And, and there's an obligation for that because what you say can help someone, So if we all take that mindset and we all learn from some observation, but never forget your voice matters. It's unique. It deserves to be heard. And it doesn't matter who else is in the room. If you're in the room, you're there because you deserve to be there. And someone needs to hear your message. So if you ever want to reach me, again, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, you name it, I'm on all of them. Anton or Lead with Anton, you can follow me there. If you ever want to learn more leadership on the school community, there's a school community called the Lead Out Loud Collective. It's on my socials as well. You can join. It's free. We have weekly talks. We do coffee chats and stuff too, where you kind of can talk about leadership. But thank you so much. I'm so grateful for all you guys. I've learned so much, and I couldn't be more grateful to be around so many awesome leaders, around the world. So thanks.
Wow, thank you so much, Anton. I believe that our audience will definitely reach out to you because as an individual, you need an accountability partner. And I believe that you are the right one, more especially on the side of leadership. The world has enough for everyone. Like I believe that almost all of us here, we are coaches, we are mentors, but we always complement one another. We don't compete with one another because the world has enough for all of us. So kings and queens, if you're watching us online and Antoine's message has resonated with you, please feel free to reach out to him, follow him on all social media platforms. He's there, even on TikTok. He mentioned that he's there. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. You can go ahead, Renee, and please share with the audience.
So, hello, but I have a very important question up front because now we know the impact in this room and we know that our name is so important. So, Renee is the reborn. And my other psalm is just like, okay, bring hope and light in darkness. So, and this is what we can see even in this room. I'm looking forward. Anthony, do you know what your name means? Because it's just putting even like understanding a little bit more who we really are and what our purpose is, what we inspire with. So, and that's just like, okay, that was gold. So thank you for bringing that. I was just like, okay, let's curious how powerful this is, how the spotlights are getting together. So. And the spotlight, if you really are not happy what was you see in the morning in the mirror, when you are coming home and you are exhausted, you are not able to sleep, you are even not recognizing yourself. So then I tell you, every thought between your ears that is not nice, joy, peaceful, that is a luxury your body has to carry. So I'm teaching you how to get connected and to remove that. So that's easy, 5 minutes in between, that you are able to fulfill why you are here with all the challenges we have on a daily basis. So if this is resonating, and if you just like, I mean, I work with men and women, and just like, I forgot this before, but here, this is that you have an idea how it can be easy and quick change in your life. Not only in my body, it's just like a blueprint. Everybody is the same. So it's learning the rules. Yoga for Face, you can find there's German and English. Everything is German and English. Reach out wherever, book a call, and then we see there are easy steps I can guide you.
Wow, Renee. The powerful message behind names is really mind-blowing. Renee, it means hope, right? It means that the real transformation that we need to see in this world. And you know what? We are coming down there in the Dominican Republic. We need that retreat. And I believe she can be the best host. We'll have to talk about this. I just had a thought in mind. Thank you so much, Renee. I believe that really our audience will reach out to you. I just love the transformation, the before and after that you're just showing us right now. It means that everything is possible. It can be done. You've done it. You've decided to take ownership from those pains for years and years. You are like, you know what? I'm taking back my life. I'm claiming back my life. And here you are today. Thank you so much, Renee. I believe that our audience will definitely reach out to you. Thank you. You can go ahead, Dr. Iris, and please show the audience.
My final thought, a lot of what has been said in today's chat, it really resonates with me. You know, we've gone from the names, we've gone about all the different weights that we carry as leaders, the different things that we absorb in our communities, in our day-to-day, in our work. And for me, I work in a rubbish dump of all places. That's where one of my soup kitchens are. So what we've discussed today really resonates with me is that you take in a lot of things. You become a sponge. You absorb a lot of things. And then what you do now in your mind, when you leave that situation or go into other places, is you carry things from one location to another. And I've learned from Renee that, you know, you need to be able to unpackage all that. I wrote a book called The Weight She Carries. So this actually resonates with what we've been discussing today. You take a lot in, but as you move forward, you've got to unpack and take what you need, not the necessary baggage, but just take what you need and pass on to the next person, uplift the next person. It doesn't matter where you can be, in a rubbish dump like me, on the pavement with a homeless person, in a boardroom, at the United Nations. It all comes down to unpacking, repacking, or repurposing, as our recyclers say, and take what you need, repurpose what you don't need, maybe into something else. Maybe it's worth something else to somebody else. So that's my final thought for today. And I'm available on all socials, Ambassador Iris Nozizwe Mhlanga. And my charity page for Nozizwe Trust is at Nozizwe Mother of Nations. We're on Facebook, Twitter, the works, Instagram, but we're more active on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram. My personal page is at Miss Iris ZN. So I'm available if anyone wants to help us out, volunteer, even visit us, visit Zimbabwe, visit any of our outreach programs, wherever we may be. Pakistan, Ghana, Malawi, Zimbabwe, anywhere, you know, anyone's free to welcome, you know, to join us and make a difference. You don't need to have money. you can volunteer your skills. We have doctors, we have nurses, so anybody is welcome to volunteer with us. And everybody's free to reach out to me on any of those socials. I'm always free to chat, give you an insight into what else we do and where we do it and how we do it. It doesn't take much to make a difference.
Yeah.
So that's from me.
Yeah. You don't need money to be involved with a charity. Just your skills, just showing up, your experiences is what is needed.
Yeah.
You've shared a powerful message that you really don't have to drag everything else to yourself. Bring whatsoever is needed. And then whatever you don't need, share with the world around you.
Yeah.
That can be a better place to be on this planet Earth. If you just live it life like that, not everything belongs to you. Sometimes
not everything belongs to you.
Yeah, wow.
That's why I came up with that book titled The Weight She Carries. It's actually my autobiography. And I unpack every little thing that led to where I am today. From way back as when I had my first child, getting married, all the way up to being a global influencer, a global shero. I never imagined any of this. But the weight she carries embodies all that. What you need and what you don't need, you can pass on to somebody else.
Oh, wow. Wow. What a message. Thank you so much, Dr. Iris. I believe our audience will be in touch with you. They can also be engaged with the work that you do, because we need more like you who will care for the next neighbor, because there are many individuals out there who will go to bed not knowing where the next meal for the following day will come from.
Exactly. So we have doctors, we have psychologists, we have board members, CEOs, you name it.
Yeah.
Getting down into their jeans and khakis and t-shirts, cooking in the big pots. We call them poikis. The big cast iron pots. Yeah, the big ones. We cook in those.
Wow.
So you can imagine feeding 1,200 people per day. We do a lot of cooking. And that's how we identify who needs the help the most.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be financial help. Maybe somebody just needs resources in the form of maybe links to a scholarship.
Yeah.
Links to a specialist, a medical specialist, if there's certain health conditions.
Yeah.
Links to a caterer who can teach a mother how to cook professionally, baking, that's how we do things, as a mother. As a mother, that's how I make a difference in my community. It doesn't always have to be about money. We can always make a plan around the money part of things. We need money to, for school fees and things like that. But some of these things in all the communities where we go, there's always a way around it. Yes. It can be books, for example. You can send us your books.
Yeah.
A primary school teacher can teach children how to read and write in their spare time. So it's never about money.
It's never
about money. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much. I believe that our audience will definitely reach out to you. They will work with you, and they will make a difference by just taking baby steps in the right direction, because not everything needs money. And I believe that our audience really, they've been inspired by your message, Dr. Iris. They've been inspired by your message, Antoine. They've been inspired by your message, Renee. So I believe that our audience will definitely be in touch with you. And from the Rise to Greater Heights Network team, really, we don't take your presence here at Rise to Greater Heights Network for granted. I know we are all busy beings. We are engaged in this and that, but for you to spend the 90 minutes to be with us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, we don't take it for granted. We are so humbled. We are so honored. We just want to appreciate you, amazing speakers, for also pouring your hearts out to the world. for also impacting our audience with your messages. I'll go back and watch the replay really, because I've been inspired, I've been motivated. I don't know whosoever watched, if they've been, I can see that our audience, yeah, I can see it was just fire on this platform really, and lots of messages. I'll go back and watch the chat box and respond to the messages if it's being but there are no questions being asked. They've been inspired. I can see the love, their hearts, the fire, everything that they're giving us. It just keeps us going. So thank you so much to our amazing speakers. We appreciate you, and our audience online, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. So to our audience online, thank you so much for joining us here at Rise to Greater Heights Network, where you can turn your fears to greater success while seizing new opportunities. I hope from all these amazing messages, from all these amazing speakers, you've been inspired, you've been motivated, and you are ready to rise to greater heights. So do join us next week at the same time, same place. Thank you. Merci. Sia Bonga. Okay. I believe now